Hello, I'm David, this is Vinnie, and we're here for the House of Wormwood. Now, the first thing that I should do is I should apologize to everyone for my absence from the blog. I've been really busy with various different things, mostly artistic projects. I had an art exhibit in October in Toronto, which was a really big thing for me. Basically, in short, to borrow a phrase from a former acquaintance of mine, I've been carrying a whole bunch of balls and I've been dropping them all. So, anyway, I'm here, and this brings us to the second part of this whole thing, and that is we're going to do an absinthe review, which we haven't done in a while. Now, a while ago, I ended up receiving a whole bunch of stuff at one point. Some samples, a couple of smaller bottles, and that sort of thing. I've gone through pretty much all of it now, but I have, however, 2 sample bottles left. Little sample bottles, looking just like this, that I have not opened, but this one we're going to be opening this evening. Of course, I haven't been opening them because, they're sample bottles, and I've just been hesitant. It's like, okay, when am I going to get the chance to get my hands on this stuff again? So, but anyway, this one we're going to be opening up today. Specifically, what we're going to be looking at today is we're going to be looking at one. I don't actually have the bottle for it properly, the proper bottle, but I do have the label, and we're going to be looking at Brevans H.R. Giger. Now, I have to admit, I am a little bit, I guess you could say a little bit prejudiced with this one here, because Giger is one of the last of my artistic heroes who's still alive. Even though my work doesn't look anything like his, he's still always been a very strong presence within my artistic consciousness for the last 20 years, give or take. Anyway, as a result of that, I can only believe that this is going to be good, but we'll find out. So I have it in the glass here. Don't know how well you can see it against my bald pate there, but it is in fact very green, quite a lovely organic green kind of color. Doesn't entirely match the label. I'd say it's probably closer to right around there, right about where my finger is. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. But anyway, so looks good. It has a nice, almost peppery kind of smell to it, which is interesting. Yeah, little bit of mintiness there, which could be from the wormwood. Well, I can't. Okay, so we're all set up here, and as you can see, I've got things set up here for the spoon and whatnot. I know some people don't always necessarily need sugar with their absinthe. I certainly don't always need sugar on my absinthe. However, this is kind of my litmus test. What I do is I'll put the sugar in there. Every single time I try it initially, and that gives me the heads up as to whether or not you actually need it or whether it's just a superfluous extra. So let's turn the little faucet on. Slowly, ideally. Come on, don't do this to me. There we go. A little slower. And let's see what happens. Okay, maybe not quite that fast. There we go. Yeah, well, the sugar is definitely breaking up. I am seeing some oily explosions in there, though, which is good. Very slow and gradual. Yeah, and here it comes. Yeah, it's definitely some nice swirly bits, which you may or may not see in the video, but there's right around here some lovely oily trails happening there. And it's looking like it's going to be a nice pearly greenish. Okay, well, we are here with our louche glass. As you can see, strange enough, when I hold it a bit closer, it loses a lot of its color, but when I actually hold it back here, what it looks like on the little screen thingy there, that's actually pretty close to the actual color there. It's got a nice yellowy hint to it. It's very, very much a nice opaque louche. It's not letting a lot of light through. It's almost like a louche, almost like a jade. So nice, nice and thick, which is just the way I like them. It's a nice thick louche. Anyway, smells good. Pretty much the same as it did before I added the water, just without that alcohol burn, you know. Good stuff. Well, let's see what it tastes like. Wow. It's got a nice finish to it. It has a nice, it starts off, it hits the tongue, it's nice and sweet and kind of minty and very, very refreshing, and then it smooths itself out, and all of a sudden it just comes in with that bitter aniseed flavor and just kind of assaults your tongue. It's just, I love it. This is great stuff. Oh yeah. Now that is an interesting little amusement park ride for the tongue there. It's really good stuff. Which is interesting because now that I say that, because Giger himself actually has, at least what he had, I don't know if he still does, his own little sort of train ride in his backyard. Like, he actually constructed this train that is, you know, rather ominous looking, and it'll travel like around this very elaborate backyard that he has set up with sculptures and crazy foliage, and he has this big zodiac fountain that has sculptures on it that he designed, that are like each of the zodiac signs are comprised of these creatures that it's a leg that ends up forming into an arm on top, and then they interact in a way that actually will sort of illustrate the zodiac sign in question. But it's interesting because you hop on that train and it takes you around, and you have this whole little journey through Giger's head, you know. Whereas in this case, this thing takes you on a nice little roller coaster ride, a nice smooth, sweet rise, and all of a sudden it just plunges you right into this, you know, rich herbal flavor that is just so good. Yeah, this is gonna be one that I'm gonna need to get a full size bottle of eventually, because this is so good. Vinnie most certainly approves. I obviously approve. So without any further ado, that is it for the House of Wormwood today. Thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you next time.